Well, it is election night eve, and tomorrow people will be going to the polls and doing what people have fought and died to give us the right to do, and that is to vote. Millions of people have brought in their absentee ballots. So America is moving and we're voting. And like I said, I wanted to give you a quick look at a place you can go and simulate what you think is going to happen on election night tomorrow night. Now, I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow night. Okay, I don't. There's always something. Um, we might one day have to look into the old October surprise, but who knows? There could be with it being 2020. It could be the November surprise, December surprise. I just know the time has changed. I feel like I should be on my first glass of wine by now, but it's not even 5 o'clock. Now, remember, I told you I don't rush home and fix up. So it's imperfect me and my imperfect house. But I wanted to talk to you about the Electoral College. There is a great website called 270 to Win. The reason, look at it right up here, the reason it's called 270 to Win is that in order for someone to win the presidency, they have to receive 270 electoral votes. Now, what I've pulled up here is a blank map. You can go to 270 to Win. You can pull up a map right here in the map library, blank map. Now, kiddos, college kiddos, non-college kiddos, any of y'all, this is where you get to play. This is where you get to say, but if this state turns to here, this is the fun part. This is what we're going to be doing in class tomorrow. Now, what I've done is I've taken a blank map. Now, I'm going to take the state of Alabama because that's where I'm from. Now, historically, for the past 20 years or more, Alabama has voted Republican. So what they will do is you go in and you change the state to the particular color that you think it will go. Now, if you think that Alabama straight up is going to vote Republican, okay, then you go red. If you think if you think it's going to go to the Democrats, if you think it's going to go with Joe Biden, then you put in the blue. See, this is how you decide, and you start racking up electoral votes in each column. Now, let me tell you, Alabama has 9. Now, I'm going to talk about my state because I know my state. Why 9? Well, here's the reason why. We have 7 members that go to the Congress and that are part of the House of Representatives. That's from the state of Alabama. So we take our 7 members of the House of Representatives, we add 2 to the number because every state has 2 senators. Okay, every state has an equal number of people they send to the Senate. That's based on equality. Okay, every state gets an equal vote. But there's that idea, well, hey, we're a bigger state. Why, how is that fair? We have more people. Well, based on your population, that's how many members you send to the House of Representatives. I think we need to do a lesson on that. It's called the Great Compromise. Got it, coming right up here now. So let's look at Alabama. 7 members of the House, 2 members go to the Senate. Let's go over here to California. They have 55 electoral votes. That means they have 53 members, they have 53 people they elect to go to the House of Representatives, plus they add their 2 senators, so that's 55. See, every state has a popular vote. A popular vote means I go to the polls and I press this button and I fill this out and all this kind of stuff to vote for who I vote for. Well, based on the popular vote, that state is supposed to, in most cases, they're supposed to give all their electoral votes. You have electors from your state, and it's kind of winner takes all, except for Nebraska and Maine. They have a proportional vote. And so if 3 people go and vote in California and 2 vote for the Democrat and 1 vote for the Republican, then that means all 55 electoral votes will go to the Democrat candidate. Now, how is this fun? Well, this is what you do. You say, oh, well, Alabama, they're going to go Republican. So that adds to the Republican side because it's 270 to win. Now, California, y'all, California's going to go with the Democrat because they have it is historical. On this map, you can go back and see where has California voted for the past 20 years? Where's Arizona voted for the past 20 years? Where's Texas voted? So it's not Miss Venice sitting here saying, well, it's history. It's historical. So when you flip states from one candidate to another or one party to another, it makes you kind of what is happening. So I can probably guarantee you, and if California does not go with with Joe Biden, okay, then the Republicans have gotten really lucky, and you need to go out and buy a lottery ticket. But don't go to the state of Alabama because we don't have a lottery. That's a whole nother episode. But anyway, we switched that. Wait. Wrong. Boom. Democrat. So see how this adds up? This is where you can make your own prediction. My students will be doing this tomorrow, making their predictions, not based on what I think, but on polling data. But let's talk about polling data really quickly. Polling data isn't always correct. And let me tell you how I know that. I mean, of course, because I'm years old. But let's look, and this is not to bring up old wounds. I'm not doing that. Look, I'm wearing white. I'm wearing neutral colors here. Okay. But in 2016, the polling data had the Democrats and Senator Clinton, Hillary Clinton in the lead. They did. So let's look at what the prediction, let's look at this. They already had 322 to 216. They already had every state decided final, okay, 274 to 190, 308 to 215, 272 to 214. And y'all, when you have a state like here that's a brown, that means it's a toss-up. That means it's like, well, we can throw everything up in the air and we don't know what's going to land. So those are the states that's fun to look at the toss-up. So the pollsters did not get that particular election correct. So let's look. What all can we do with this map? We can see if Pennsylvania is going to go with the Democrats or is it going to stay with the Republicans? It got flipped last time. So this is just a really fun map. And you can go up here and change the map to show what you want it to show. Okay. Really, really neat. It has polling data. Now, you can't get offended by polling data. You can't say, well, I don't know what polls that. It's polling data. It's not an absolute science because a lot of people are going to walk out of the voting booth tomorrow, and when someone says, hey, who'd you vote for, or could you please answer this phone, if you're like me, I'm going to be like, block. You ask me who I voted for, block. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. It's none of your business, and I have a right to say that. So sometimes polling data is not very scientific, so don't hang your hat on it all the time. Okay, so you can come in here, make your own predictions, have a good time with it. So you can look at the palette. Look, leans to the Republicans, likely to go Republican, leans that way, safe. Same with the Democrats. And a toss-up would be we do not know what in the Sam Hill is going to happen. So I hope you learned a little bit about the Electoral College. I will not be dropping a video tomorrow night because it's election night. And I'm going to be watching the polls and I'm going to be watching the news so that we can discuss it on Wednesday in my class. But 270 to Win is a fun site to go to where you can predict and make your own predictions about what's going to happen. And hey, make your prediction, take a screenshot of it, maybe make your prediction tonight or tomorrow morning and see what happens. Are you right? Are you wrong? Were you off? Were you on? It's kind of a fun way to do this election. Hey, it's time to find something fun to do. Okay, this is there's not much to do besides watch this election, so you might as well make it fun. All right. I hope you have a good night. I hope you learned something new, and I will be talking with you on Wednesday. Remember, no election infection. It is what it is. Okay? Be the positive, be the good side, and I'll see you on Wednesday.